welcome to GrizzlieKnits, my knitting and crocheting podcast. So glad that you found me on this big YouTube world. If you're new here, I talk about my knitting and yarn and crocheting. And if you're back, thank you. Thank you for coming back. I really appreciate it. I get the most lovely comments and it's just all very exciting. So thank you so much. Okay, I have a lot to show you and to talk about. Let's start with what I am wearing. Did I even say my name? You know, you think after 45 episodes, I would probably have this down, but I don't. So, GrizzlieKnits, my name is Tracy. I'm coming from Toronto, Canada, and where I live with my family, where I knit a lot and do other things. Okay, we got that out of the way. All right, what I'm wearing because I'm feeling hot already. I thought I'm sitting right by an air conditioning vent. I thought I would be cold. I was wrong, and I'm getting hot. So let's just talk about this. I talked about it in my last episode because it was a finished object. This is the Sunday Morning Shawl by Espace Tricot, and I did it pairing mohair with, like a mohair silk blend actually, with, oh my goodness, lily and birch. Those are the dogs, if you can hear them. It means somebody's walking by the house. And I can hear my husband going, shh, 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 mommy's podcasting, shh. Okay, we're gonna ignore the dogs. What was I saying? Oh yes, birch and lily in her terracotta colorway. And I paired them together and I love it. This is actually the first time I'm wearing it because we've had such a heat wave here. I have not needed a shawl. Okay, so that is that. And I have one finished object. Oh, so sorry about the barking. But this is real life here. I finished my socks. These are the Rose Opal, I'm calling them the Rose Opal knit socks because Daphne and Erica were dyeing up yarn, I think a couple years ago, and they gifted me some yarn. So in my head, I've been calling them the Rose Opal knit socks. So it's fingering weight. Oh my goodness. Puppies, you were so quiet all morning. Okay, I think they're calming down. Okay, they're big dogs. That's why it's a big bark. Maybe I'll put a picture of them up. I think you've seen them. I'm gonna put a picture of the troublemakers right here so you can see who's barking. So the big Bernese mountain dog is Sully, and then his sidekick is Dean, who is a rescue. So we don't even know what he is. Anyway, okay, back to knitting, in case you're not interested in my dogs. Yeah, so I just did a very simple pattern. I did knit one row and rib one row. All the way down, it made a really nice pattern, really squishy. And then for the heels and toes, I did, I had a row one. I used to get row one a couple of years ago, and I just added that in, and then here I just striped it, which was, I really like it. So yeah, so these are done. I'm excited. These were my last entry for Summer Sock Camp 2023, and I will show you later on the new socks that I have put on the needles. Okay, so those are my finished objects, and now I have, oh my goodness, 6 works in progress to show you. That's an awful lot. I'm gonna get a drink, hold on. Okay. Number 1. I'm gonna catch you up with my NorthEasterly blanket that I'm making and turning it into a memory blanket. So for every project I do, if it's DK weight or worsted, it just goes in. If it's fingering, I double it. And I am making a memory blanket. So I'm all caught up. I was working on this for 30 minutes a day and it was so much fun. Sometimes I went over the 30 minutes because I was enjoying it so much. I'm trying to manage my ends, but it does get a little out of control. So here it is so far. I really, really love it. In case anyone's asking, I'm going to do a project page on Ravelry for this. I'm starting to catch up with that, but I did get the joining from a Stephen West pattern that I bought because I had a little trouble joining it how I liked. But so I obviously it's going to be longer, so I just put this on a holder for now. And what I'm doing is, for the white is going to signify the year. So this is all so far in 2023, and I'm sure I'll be able to add a few more. So like, for example, these socks here is this little square. So if I'm doing stripes or socks or anything, so I've got the main color, and then I just put in a little stripe just to signify that this was this. It's a lot of fun. I'm really enjoying it, and I think it's going to be just special. I have no idea when it'll be done. Probably never. That's really uplifting, but I mean, it's different projects, right? So it's going to take a while. Anyway, really loving it. Okay, so that, I wanted to catch you up on that. And now, okay, I'm going to show you, where is, okay, my Rosa cardigan. So I talked about this before. It's my Rosa cardigan by, I always forget the name. Oh, along Avec Anna, and I'm using Holt's garn held double in the Tides Forest. So it's wool silk. I talked about this last time or the time before that I'm kind of running out of steam, and it's still the case. I don't know why. I don't feel like picking it up, which is, I mean, it happens. So I'm trying to work on this 30 minutes a day. So far we have it's a cropped cardigan. So we have the body, you can see. I did do this sleeve, which just worked out quite nicely. The fit so far is really nice. And I'm like all the way down here, almost at the ribbing for this sleeve. Lots of things hanging. Yeah, not much to say. I mean, I hope to get it finished real soon. I just have the cuff for the second sleeve, and then I've got the button band. Not sure if I'm doing a button band. I mean, if I'm doing the buttonholes, I'll do a button band. So hopefully by the next podcast, this will be done, and that will be really nice. Okay. And I have it living in my Noble Character Crafts bag that I bought a few years ago. I love her bags. Okay, that is my second project. I'm saving the like new cast-ons you guys haven't seen to the end. Okay, wow, 3 new cast-ons. So I talked about, I gotta show you the cute little basket. Isn't that cute? I got it from the thrift store for $4. My daughter loves to thrift, so I always sneak over to the baskets. Isn't that pretty? So I talked about this in the past, that I was a prop knitter for many years, so I have a lot of this type of yarn. Fuzzy Drops Air and Concept Cotton by Katia. It's beautiful yarn. Now let me show you. Beautiful yarn. Very, very soft. Knits up like a worsted. Just so nice. And I have such pretty colors because, you know, babies and neutrals and all that type of thing. Anyway, I got all the yarn together and I decided to crochet a big granny square blanket. And this is how it's coming and looking, and I'm absolutely loving it. I love working on it. I am kind of just crocheting, and if the ball ends, I just pick another color, and I just like how that looks. So I did talk about this last time, that I got an amazing tip from Amy from Noble Character Crafts. After you finish one round, you flip it, and then you start your other round. And you can start at any corner, but the flipping just helps with the actual straightness of it. And I was saying last time, this is the straightest I've ever done a granny square. Yeah, so I really love it. Did I mention I was going to do a giveaway? I don't think I did, and I think that would have been nice to mention. I'm going to do a giveaway today, so make sure you watch to the end, because I'm going to explain what you need to do, and it's nothing hard at all. Yeah, I forgot to mention that. Okay, giveaway later. Back to this, loving it. So I just keep going round. Alrighty. Next, okay, so these are our new things. So they have little backstories. Well, the socks don't have that big a backstory. Okay, so the Crazy Sock Lady started a new mal on September 1st. Crazy Spooky Mal, I think it's called. And I wanted to motivate myself to keep going with the socks. So I got my cute little fall bag, again from Noble Character Crafts. Such a pretty one. And I looked for yarn that just inspired me of fall, the weather changing and things. I didn't really have like any spooky Halloween yarn, but I do have some fall yarn. So I think I bought this yarn from the Knitting Loft during COVID. I did an order to cheer myself up. So I'm just I've never heard of this yarn before. It's called Dyed by Dells, and they're in Montreal, and that's their logo. I've never seen or heard from them since. This is a tweed, and okay, so the name is Cardi's Orchard. But it certainly reminded me of fall. Just like this rustic kind of color with little specks of black. So I try to do my socks 2 at a time. And here they are so far. The drawback of doing 2 at a time is you do get tangles with your yarn. Somebody mentioned a button and it stops it from tangling. I have to look into that because I don't quite know about that. If I find out about that, I'll share that with you if it helps. So here they are so far. I think I might bring in like a black for the heels. I'm gonna see. So this is, I'm doing a little pattern, if you can see. It's kind of like a checkerboard pattern. It is one of Kay's patterns from the Crazy Sock Lady. It is called the Austin Socks. I've done them before, and they're really nice. I want to say this is one of her free patterns, since I don't know if it's still free. I don't know. This is what they look like. So they just have a little design. It's a 14-row repeat, and you repeat it on the leg 4 times. So it's not exactly, you can't really, well, I can't memorize it, but it's not hard or anything. You just have to keep track. But I'm enjoying it. I've done 2 repeats so far, so I'm halfway there for the leg. And I have a little, I don't know if you can see that, a little pumpkin. There it is. I've ordered a couple of new stitch markers that I just thought were so adorable. So hopefully when they come in, I'll show you So that's coming along. So this is for the spooky crazy spooky mouth. I'll write everything down below in case you want to check anything out. So those are my socks. I usually only have one pair of socks going at a time. Yeah, I don't know why. I have everything else like blankets and sweaters, a whole bunch going at once. I don't know why. Socks, it's like a very strict rule, one at a time. I don't know. Okay, so we've got that. And what else? I have 3. What's that? I don't even know what I have. Oh, I know. Okay, I'm saving that for near the end. Okay, this is a crazy story. I have it living in my Wizard of Oz bag by Longview Creations. I went on Etsy and I can't find her anymore. No, I did find her, but she's only selling right now bucket bags, which are really cute. But yeah, she's Canadian. Look for her. Longview Creations. This is the Wizard of Oz. Okay, so I have to go way back. I was watching, who was I? Oh, I was watching Tony Lipsy from TL Yarn Crafts, and she was doing a crocheted sweater, like just a plain V-neck pullover. And you know, I want to bring my crochet to another level. I do blankets. And I seem to be okay doing some types of very easy blankets, but boy oh boy, like some of the crocheted sweaters are so nice. And I think, could I do that? So I had that in the back of my head. Then I went shopping with my daughter, like back to school shopping, and she's 16. So we went in like a mall, and there was lots of these like trendy stores, and they all had these crocheted sweaters, which, you know, it's not handmade, you know, but they're cute. So I was picking them up going, oh, these are so cute. Could I make this? And my daughter's like, yeah, you could do it. She has lots of faith in me. And I'm like, could I? So that's where our story begins. So I went online and I thought, I need a tutorial. I need somebody holding my hand one step at a time, one stitch at a time. And I found MJ's Off the Hook Designs. And that is what Tony used for hers as a V-neck. I didn't feel like I was ready for a V-neck. So I bought this pattern, Granny Pop Pullover. I'm gonna show it to you. I love how it's different colors, but I didn't want to buy yarn for it. I wanted to use something I had. So it's a DK weight, and I have a couple of these. This is Barocco Vintage DK in gray, and I had one in darker gray. So I have one in darker gray, and I think I have 3 of these. And I thought, let's just try, see what happens. So before I show you, I have to say, I don't think it's perfect. It took me a lot, there was a lot of ripping out. Like, at one point, like, things went very south. And I thought, I can't do this. But I kept going back and going back. And the great thing about a crochet sweater, first of all, ripping out's really easy, not like knitting. And you can try it on so easily. So here she is. Oh, and I'm using a 5mm hook. And I think she calls for 4.75, but I didn't have that. So I used what I had. So here it is. So what you do, and you know, I bought the pattern, but the tutorial is free on YouTube. So I mean, you don't have to buy the pattern. Yeah, it's up to you. I am doing a size small because it was an oversize, but I don't know. I'm fingers crossed that this is going to be good. So you start with the neck. You know what? I'm going to put this on because I'm getting hot anyway. So we'll take off this little thing and I'm going to show you how it's looking. Okay. All right. So it does have balloon sleeves. So let me just, here it is so far. So, I mean, it does need to be blocked a little bit. Like, you know, you can see the stitches aren't coming out right, but they're not bad. So it's, you start with the collar, then you pick up for your raglan sleeves. So here's your raglan sleeves. So this is what, like when I first did it, it was, so you have like them at the back and, you know, they have to be straight, right? So it's like, this was good, that was good, that was good. This was like, wah, I don't know what happened. What happened? So I had to like basically rip it all out. So I have my sleeves here, and then, you know, I'll do sleeves, and I'm gonna bring in this darker gray for the ribbing at the bottom and ribbing on the bottom of my sleeves. I don't know, like so far it looks like it's fitting nicely. I don't know. I've never done this before, but I'm really enjoying it. Really enjoying it. So we'll see. Who knows? Hopefully, if you never see this again, you'll know that it didn't go right. Anyway, and it's really soft. This is beautiful yarn and so affordable too. So that's nice when you're kind of like trying something. You don't really want to use your nice expensive yarn. So it is called the Granny Pop Pullover, and I will link it below if you want to give it a try yourself. And she has amazing patterns. She has a really nice V-neck one. She has kids, which was nice. And also she does hers in, it's called Prism Yarn by Mary Maxim. We don't have that in Canada, but we certainly do have lots of yarn like it at Michael's, like color changing yarn. That would be really fun. So who knows, if this works out, maybe I'll give that a try. Okay, stay tuned. All right, I have something else that is stay tuned because I don't know if it's gonna happen. Should I show you that next? Yes, I'm going to. Okay. This has a bit of a story too. Oh, this is another basket. I got this a while ago we have a store here called Marshall's. Oh, maybe Marshall's is American too. Yeah, I feel like it is. Anyway, I was walking past to get something and this basket was in the as is, only one. I don't know why as is, it looks great. And it was like $9. So I bought that. I love baskets, especially for bigger projects that you know you're not gonna like bring outside your house. They're so good. Okay, story time. I've talked about her before, another knitting pod, Lena, and I know some of you really enjoy her too. So she was wearing, her love is Stephen West, and she was wearing the Bubble Cardigan by Stephen West. And it was so pretty. She loves bright colors, so it was lots of bright colors. And then what she did was she didn't do a full sleeve. She did like right here and left it big. And she said she wears it so much. Like she wears it in the winter with a long sleeve under, or in the summer just when you're like kind of cool. And I just thought, oh, that'd be so nice. Now, Stephen West, you know he's a genius. I've done 2 shawls. I've done 1 of his mystery knit-alongs, and like, it's crazy. He gives great tutorials as well, but like, I was doing things, I don't even know what I did. I don't know, but it came out really nice. And I did another shawl that was very plain, but I thought, this looks pretty complicated. Like, I didn't even know what the bobble stitch was. I've never done a bobble stitch, so I had to go on YouTube and learn that. So first thing, I gathered all my yarns. Let me show you that. I wanted more of a neutral palette, so I gathered a whole bunch of neutral fingering yarns. They're in here. So that was my first step. And then, you know me, I dive in. And then I read the reviews on Ravelry. And a few people said it was a little complicated. And at the beginning they were doing great, and then suddenly it's like they wished it had more detail, which is very unusual for Stephen West, I find, for a Stephen West pattern, because he's so good with the detail. So, okay, I'm going to show you what I have so far, but the construction is crazy. Like, I've never done anything like this. So pair that up with, I've never done a bobble stitch. Pair that up with, it's complicated. I don't know if I'm going to frog this or keep it. So here, okay, like, oh my goodness, it looks like such a mess. Try to imagine. All right, you know what? I'm going to put the basket down. So you start off with an I cord. I mean, I don't want to give up way too much because, like, it's a paper pattern. My I cord is completely twisted. So that's something I'm going to have to, here, you can see it better like that. Okay, so you start off with an I cord, and then this is like your front right. And then, I mean, this will go in the, oh, hold on. Okay, so this is your, like, it's a slope shoulder. So this is your front. First of all, it's so much fun. As a mess, it looks like a mess, but it's so much fun. Look at these baubles. Once you get the bauble, it's easy, and it's so much fun. So, I mean, I think that's why I haven't frogged it yet, because I am enjoying it. So here we are, like that. And now I'm starting my, well, more than starting, my left panel. There are increases here. Okay. Oh, I made a mistake last night. I have to go back. The green, I missed a color. I missed this color. So I have to go back. But anyway, you can kind of get like a little bit of a feeling. So then you put this on waste yarn, and I guess what you're going to do is, I'm guessing, you are going to do your back, and then you're going to connect under your sleeve, and you're going to do the rest. I'm guessing. I'm not a designer, and I'm not Stephen West. So, I don't know. We're gonna see. Meanwhile, it's really nice, and the collar is gorgeous. It's like, can you see in this picture? The collar, it's just like solid, and it's kind of big, almost like a shawl collar. And you know, like I can see me loving it, but I don't know. It's not easy for me. Anyway, I'm gonna keep going. And again, like the crocheted sweater, if you never see this again, you'll know it was just too crazy for me. Look, how nice. I mean, I love the bauble. I guess if I were to give up, and I don't mind giving things up. I don't feel bad at all. Like, knitting is my joy. It's my therapy. It's my heart. And if I'm not enjoying it, it's yarn. I'll make something else from it. Not a big deal. Oh, I was gonna say he has other bauble, he calls them bubble pieces. So if I enjoy this, but not the construction, then I can always get another piece. Because I really like this. This is really nice. So, lots of things going on in the Grizzly home. Yeah, all right, I've showed you everything. I wanted to show you what I bought at the Fiber Festival, Fiber Spirit that I went to. I want to show you what I'm going to cast on for Rose Opal Knits. Their knit along in their Discord group, which I'm part of, and our giveaway. So let me get started. I think I'll do the Rose Opal Knits first. I showed you some yarn last time. I've changed my mind. I was talking to Erica. She is doing this. Okay, so this is back up. This starts September 23rd. And it's a fall DK weight sock knit along. And in their Discord group, which is free, and it's a really nice place to be. And you get information about their Zooms and all sorts of stuff. This is Rose Opal Knits, and they have a podcast. So go check them out. I've made the Selena socks before, Professor Pearl. And this is what, Daphne loves this pattern. She's made many, and Erica's going to make these for this knit along, and I thought it'd be fun to make the same one as Erica. So I'm gonna do these. I've already done them once. If I can find a picture, I'll put it up here. They were gifted to a friend a few years ago, actually. So for yarn, I am using, it's so sad because I don't think I can't find her anymore on the web. I don't think she dyes anymore. It's Things Created Equal, a Canadian dyer. And this was, I was getting, like, for a few months, I was getting her box, and this came in. It's such a beautiful, I don't think it has a name. Yeah, just basic DK. Oh, she's from Alberta. Isn't it pretty? So I thought this would be really nice for like fall make-along. And then for contrast, I'm gonna do this really pretty kind of bright purple. I thought it looked kind of neat together. So those are gonna be casted on for February 23rd. Oh, and I have it in my Rose Opal, no, I have it in my Jenna Rose bag, which is kind of fallish in a way. So that is that. So that is upcoming things. And then I'm really trying not to cast anything on. I really want to finish. I have obviously a few sweaters. I have 2 sweaters I haven't worked on in a while, so I'd really like to bring those out of hibernation. And that's it. Okay, let's do what I want to do a giveaway. So the giveaway, I was just putting together some fall progress keepers, and I made this little set for myself, and then I thought, oh, I'm gonna make 2 sets and give one to you guys. So this is a little ghost with a little cute bead. I've got a witch's hat and a little pumpkin. And they're all progress keepers, or you can use this as stitch markers as well. So I thought that was cute. So if you'd like to enter for this, just leave a comment what you're looking forward to with the weather changing. Like, what do you like about fall? Do you like the colors, or pumpkins or Halloween or the drinks, the fall drinks. There's so much. So just let me know. And if this will be open internationally, and if you're not going into fall, you're going into spring, just tell me what you're excited about with spring. Just tell me you'd like to enter and you will be entered. Okay, that's done. So, and then I will announce a winner in my next podcast. All right, one thing left, fiber spirit. So my last podcast, I was talking about how the next day I was going to fiber festival. It was in Barrie, which is about 50 minutes away from us, and I think I have 1 or 2 pictures I'll put up there. My son came with. He lives in Ottawa, and he came in the night before and didn't have plans that morning, so it was really nice. He came with. They walked around with me, which was so sweet. And then I'm like, okay, go get a coffee. I need my space. They're very overwhelming, the festivals. They're as amazing as they are, like everything is beautiful and you want everything. So I made myself a budget and I got that cash out, and I'm like, when the cash is done, you're done too, because you can really spend. So that worked out really well, and it also was such a treat, to just walk around and then I did a once round and then I went around again. So it was a lot of fun. I knew I wanted a fall bag. So the first thing I bought was this adorable fall bag. Look at the little creatures on there. Oh my goodness. This is from the kitchen sink shop, Garlene. I would say Darlene. Garlene, who I met in another little show. And I bought this bag from her last time. She makes lovely bags, and she's so super sweet. And she does a dishcloth pattern a month. I didn't even say I'm running a make along. Maybe I should quickly say I am running a year-long dish along 2023. Crochet or knit a dishcloth. Hashtag it dish along 2023, and I'm pulling for prizes, and it's lots of fun. Okay, now I said that. So I bought this, and this is what stored my goodies. So let me just put on my glasses. I tried to get as many different things. Okay, well, I had to get my full moon fibers. I love them. They are an amazing duo. They hand dye right in Barrie, where this festival was, and I thought this was adorable. I love the colors. I can't wait to see what it does. And it's called Sunflower Fields. So that was one treat. This I saw, and even though it's not hot hand dye yarn, I haven't really used too much patterning yarn. So it's very soft. It's called Grundle. I don't really know that company. I think it is from Germany. And as you can see, here's what it's going to knit up to be. And I just thought it was super cute. So that was another thing. And then I found Cactus Yarn Studio, who I've never bought from before. And they are from Quebec. And look at these colors. Isn't it beautiful? And it's in French. It's Jardin Angelou. I think she said it's like angel garden of angels or something like that. And this is just a fingering weight. So I'm not sure what this will be, but boy, is it pretty. So that's Cactus Yarn Studio. And then the last big skein I bought was from One Stitch More. And they don't have where they're from on their actual thing. So this is a worsted, but I fell in love with the color. It's called teal. And I thought this would make an amazing hat. So that's exciting. All right, and then I wanted a few minis. Minis are a lot of fun if you go to these shows, just to like get some minis here and there. So I got 2 from Gravity Yarns. I thought they were really, really pretty. I don't think they say the names on them, but they're a fingering weight yarn. When I bought this, they gave a cute little stitch marker. Oops. Just a little bead, which is so cute. Okay, back. Okay, this mini, oh, I loved it. It's got sparkle in it. This is South Beach Yarns. And this is called Painter's Dilemma. I thought that was so cute. And then the last little treat was from Pretty String. And this is called Bring Me the Monet. Beautiful colors. There's their tag. Yeah, so I had fun. I didn't get any sweaters quantity or anything like that. Like, I just got colors I liked, and I will put them into projects that I like. That's all I did. So I think we're about done. I've talked your ear off probably. Thank you for staying with me all this time. Please subscribe. I hope you enjoyed this episode, and please enter so I can send this off in the mail to somebody for spooky season. All right, take care, everyone. Bye-bye.